So, how does one draw an anime-styled face? How on earth did I go from this to this? How does a face begin? A circle up and done, right? Unless you're one of those legends who can pull it off. Let's just try drawing it using multiple strokes so you get the most accurate shape. Now here is what goes wrong here. If you try to draw the circle with wrist motions, your circle probably turned out a bit unstable. Try doing the same thing, but a mix of your arm and wrist motions. Dislocating your wrist is not advised. You use your arm for more accurate and unwobbly lines. If you are ever worried that something looks off, use your fingers to roughly measure and draw lines for guidance to make sure everything is in place. Try drawing a light circle below the other circle and finding half of that circle. This is around where your chin should be. Now using what you've learned, draw two straight lines coming from the side of the face and try to make them meet each other in the middle. Now this part is up to you, but you may want to either make the chin more round or more square-like. If you have any video suggestions, questions, or anything, please leave them in the comments section or the void, which is linked in the description. Thanks. The neck is somewhere in between the lines making up the jaw, so if you can find the middle and draw a line going down on both sides, you'd get a pretty solid neck. To be honest, I usually figure out where the lips are supposed to be by eye, but to summarize, you should try to leave some space for the chin and then draw a line and then a bigger line on top. Avoid going above the jaw section for your lips. The nose is positioned above the jaw and around the lower quarter of the circle. Personally, I draw noses like this, but they could be drawn as just nostrils or just a line. If you would like your character to be younger, draw the eyes lower and closer to the bottom of the top circle. If you would prefer an older look, draw the eyes higher so that the eyebrow is near the center of the top circle. Eyes fall in the lower half of the circle, slightly above the nose. The eyes on the eyebrow section is about the same length as the chin to nose tip section, so you may want to use that for measurement. You might want to consider drawing both eyes at the same time, line by line, so you can make them as even as possible. Remember to use the guidelines. You've probably heard to draw eyes as a squashed almond shape, but I'd say to draw them as any simple shape but squashed, unless you're going for something like large anime eye style. The eyeball goes somewhere in the middle. Pretty much half of the eye is hidden by the eyelids. Eyebrows go slightly above the eye and are usually as long as the eye. They usually have a curved shape. The ears are located in the area between the eye and the tip of the nose. They also have a semicircular shape, like a cup or a mug handle. I draw them in a more angular way though. I haven't seen this in any tutorials when I was starting out, but this was probably one of the things that really helped me the most. Now the hairline is around the middle of the top half of the circle. Draw a line there. Then draw a line that starts where the ear begins and connect it with the line you've just drawn near the center of the eyeball. Do the exact same thing on the other side. And now you kind of know where the hair is supposed to roughly be drawn from. And that's how you draw an anime style face. Well done. After a while, you might stop using some of these guidelines. For example, I don't always use the second circle. You'll eventually just roughly know where to place things. Thanks for sticking around.